Good afternoon. Welcome to Stratos and welcome to the Uncle Barky Show. My name is Mike Prepper. I'll be your announcer and I'll be brief. First of all, if you haven't already, please partake of the wonderful food and drink specials here at Stratos. You can flag down a server or make your way to the bar for some social lubrication. This is how this is going to go. I'll introduce the star of our show. He'll introduce his guests. They'll chat for a while. And then I'll get to play Phil Donahue and dash around with the microphone and you can all ask questions. Your job is to laugh and applaud and rub your chins thoughtfully at all the appropriate moments, to drink and eat everything you can here at Stratos, and not to ask any questions about throwing important news anchors into swimming pools. And on that note, it's my privilege... It's an old reference, never mind. It's my privilege to introduce the star of our show. He is the Prince of Punsters. He is the ace of alliteration. He is the guru of Garland. He is the bane of Belo. He is the president for life of the Mike Snyder fan club. Here's Uncle Barky.
Well, welcome everybody, and I see some members of the Uncle Barky Clean Plate Club out there who have been to all three of these shows. This is the third one. We started out with Gordon Keith of The Ticket, I'm sure you all know, and we had Tracy Rowlett. And now we have Tim Ryan and Megan Henderson. Fox 4's still #1 rated Good Day. And they're on television more than anybody in this market. When you think about it, 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 20 hours. I mean, even Law and Order reruns aren't on that much in a given day. So they should be very familiar to you in the audience. And we thank them so much for coming. Nobody's getting paid for this, although we are going to make a nice donation to a charity at the end. But, you know, obviously their hours are a bit inhuman, so for them to come out on a Saturday, 4 p.m. We really appreciate it. So how about another round of applause for them in the morning?
A bit, yeah.
A lot looser?
A lot looser.
And I wanted to start by saying it's rare for me to be in such close proximity to such beauty. Especially,
Thank you.
Now you stole my line. Except when I'm with my wife, of course, who's here. But Tim, what is your secret? You look stunning today, as usual.
Well, it's the lighting, I think. Undoubtedly.
Okay.
And the naps.
And moisturizer. Don't
And
forget
moisturizer,
yes.
that's right.
Oil of the
Mulch
body.
on the lawn, moisturizer on the face.
Alrighty. So the mulch on the face does not
It
work.
didn't work well.
Okay.
Tried it, didn't work well.
All right, I think most people are always interested in how you got to where you are, so I want to start with both of you. Tim, you used to be a news director. You said that was an unfortunate misstep, I think, in your words and your bio, but just, can you trace, I guess briefly, your how you got from boyhood to where you are now? Did you always want to be in television, or have any thoughts of...
The turning point, I think I was a junior in high school, and they said, do you want to do the morning announcements? And so a friend and I turned the morning announcements into something that, in a very juvenile way, resembles Good Day in high school. And at that point, and I had always been a news junkie, always watched. I was read the newspaper, listen to the news radio, NPR, and always would watch the evening newscasts, Huntley and Brinkley and Walter Cronkite, and I just was fascinated with the business and decided that was what I was going to be at some way off in the future. Started in radio. It all began at a tiny 5,000-watt radio station in Chico, California. And
Chico, California?
Chico, California.
Did you have a radio name or anything, or was this...
No.
No? Okay.
No, actually,
always
no.
Tim Ryan.
Yep, always has. It's worked well. And went from there back to Phoenix, where I went to college at Arizona State, working part-time, worked into full-time, Phoenix to Houston, Houston to Chicago, Worked as a street reporter in Chicago for 6 years, and then back down here. Golly, I can't even remember how many years ago, but it's been 16, 17 years, something like that, since I first came here. 2-year hiatus in Salt Lake City as a news director, solving everybody's problems but mine. And
at the station that I would
right.
later go work at in Salt Lake. He was the
Right.
news director there.
And then when I was up there, David Goldberg, who was the former news director here at KDFW, slipped me a note in a meeting and said, "You want to come back home?" And I was like, "Please get me out of this management stuff." So yes, came back and launched Good Day, launched the predecessor of Good Day.
Now, you started at Fox 4 as a reporter, didn't you, before moving to
Right,
Good
when
Day?
it was a CBS affiliate, yeah.
When it was CBS.
Right.
Okay. And why didn't you like management?
In a market like Salt Lake City, you have a lot of people who are very new to the business and expect that you're their daddy. And I was just used to being a little bit more self-sufficient than that. A lot of very young people, and I have enough trouble solving my own problems, let alone everybody else's. I mean, they come in and expect you to solve all of their personal problems and all of their professional problems, and I just like to handle my own problems.
And you don't expect management then to solve any of your personal problems?
I'm the biggest whiner in the newsroom. No, I just, no, you go take care of yourself.
Okay. And Megan, where'd you start?
My career wasn't quite as interesting as yours, but I started in Wichita Falls, initially hired at the CBS station in Wichita Falls, and worked there for, about 5 months or so, and there was kind of a big shake-up there. And I was demoted, I think. Wasn't I demoted? My girlfriend worked with me. I was demoted, wasn't I? Yeah, I was demoted. And so it was a big shake-up. And so the news director across the street at the NBC station kind of came to me and said, "Hey, why don't you come over to our side?" And it was a better station at the time. They were the powerhouse, and I think I could learn a lot more there. And so I moved over there and worked there about a year or so, maybe a little bit more than that, and then went to Salt Lake City, worked for the Fox station there, his old station, and started out as a reporter, and then got promoted to the Good Day show there. So it was called Good Day Utah, and it was very similar to what we're doing here every day. So that was it. I did that for 3.5 years, and then got the call from
But I love the
Dallas.
story about you were so poor that
in Wichita Falls.
right.
Yes, that I had to. I lived off chalupa coupons. Taco Bell. I got free chalupa Taco Bell coupons from a friend of mine who worked at a radio station there. Because my parents basically said, if you want to choose this business, go ahead, but you're going to have to support yourself. And I made $15,000 a year, and I wasn't very good at managing my money then, and so I didn't have much money to eat. So and my parents said, learn to manage your money. So I did, and I lived off chalupa coupons every once in a while, and free chalupas, and got through.
Well, that's a poignant story.
Yes, isn't it?
It's
Free
interesting.
chalupas.
But stories like that, and also the fact that I had to move around so many times, a lot more than Megan did. Our kids looked at journalism, and both of them said, "I don't want to move. When I grow up, I don't want to have to move as many times as you had to move, Dad."
Or make as little money as we made. That's the thing. When you go and talk to journalism students, they all want to be on TV, and there's just a lot more to it. And you tell them the chalupa story, or you tell them how much money you made. Tell them how often you've got to move around. You tell them that you're going to start somewhere that you've probably never heard of, and it weeds them out pretty quickly.